All right. I'm gonna play you something, right? This is literally the equivalent of a government not being in tune with its actual people. Yeah? Check this out. I'm gonna play this and we're gonna have a discussion.
They made the cameos come back slower if you use them more. I understand the shotgun to the face of Cyrax. I get it, right? Shotgun to the face of Cyrax made sense. He obviously was super good. I get that. But like every single character, like almost every cameo in the game, if you use 2 cameos or use like the same move twice in a combo or something like that, then you're getting punished. You are getting punished for using your cameo. MK.
So just so we're clear, and I like Max, don't get me wrong, although he said that his favorite NRS game is MK1. You know why it's his favorite? Because it plays like other games he actually loves, like versus games, you know, like Marvel vs. Capcom, that sort of one, right? The first NRS game was actually MK9, dude. So you know that is, and still to most Mortal Kombat fans, their favorite game, unless you know not all the dogs are barking. Because I tell you what, right? I tell you what, the fact that he makes this statement, he has no idea about reading the room, right? Because he's, you know, because he's into the pro scene. Because all his friends are in the pro scene, you know, drinking the pro scene Gatorade, you know, Kool-Aid, Gatorade, Kool-Aid. It's all the same. It's all wet and stupid. He's not actually seeing or hearing from people, you know, just the average Mortal Kombat fan that just wants to jump online and have fun. You know, he's not sitting there and seeing, and if he is, and ignoring it, that's even worse, but seeing that people do not like what this game is doing, right? It's not an assist game, bro. This is a crap game. It's a crap game because what the assists do is not only extend your combos, but it also soft resets your combos. The only time you get maximum damage is if you hit about the 750 cap. Doesn't do anything either. It's not like MK4 where it knocked you both back at 40%, right? I don't understand, like how could you get to this level and not conceive the idea that most people do not want to be held in the air like a puppet for half of their health bar just because they miss on one attack? Maybe you like it. Maybe you like cheap, broken ass systems. But I come from an old school mentality of at least that the game, if you want to have big combos, then you got to have good counters to it. The combo creation or the combo doing is brainless. Okay? Preschool level of, sort of activation. However, if you're on the defending side, you got to go to university to study everything because the combos allow so much to get you into the air, right? That it's almost impossible. Oh, you missed that attack, but they get you with the low one, so they can continue on and then get you up in the air. You get the top one, but then you get the low one, but then you don't get the top one again. It gets you up in the air again. People are tired of it. Right? And as much as I cannot stand MK11, at least it was fair. At least it was balanced. At least we had defensive options. Where's the videos from Maximilian talking about why there's no defensive options in the game? Jesus, you could even block in the air in the Marvel versus or the Capcom versus games. You know, Because if you could do an attack in the air, here's a crazy thought. If you can do an attack in the air, you can also block in the air. And I think that should have been something that they should have encountered. Or sorry, they should have considered for your encounters. Because the only time that you can block is on the ground. Every single person is trying to get you in the air and take off half your health bar. It's not just a Cyrax issue, this is long standing. People are just going to find the next character that allows them to soft reset their combo to get you in the air again. Now, let's continue and watch this, shall we?
K1 was supposed to be the game of like freedom and creativity, and we want to create a game that has more options and stuff like.
Yeah, okay, listen, man, stop. Just put Ed Boon down, alright? Just, seriously? Right? You want to talk about creativity and options, but only from one side of the aisle. You're not talking about the defensive side of the aisle unless you've got to be an absolute, like, you know, the highest ranked ninja you can be to know every single possible combo combination that they can do. And if you don't, there goes half your health, bro. Where's the tech rolls? Where's the armored rolls out of the air? Hell, I take an air block at this point, right? But we don't have that. We have a combo breaker that is locked to 3 bars. Right? You've got to have 3 bars and the cameo available to do your combo breaker. Now, I wouldn't mind, I mean, you know, because I get people in my comments all the time whinging, how dare you suggest 1 bar combo breaker? Why? We used to have 3 pips of combo breakers in the 3D era. I can't remember if it was per round or per fight. Excuse me. But we had them. You use them up, they're gone. But it was strategic because you could go, okay, do I use it now or do I use it later? Right? So don't give me that shit that you can't do it with 1 bar each. Alright? Just shut the fuck up. Alright? You can easily do it. Easily. The reason why people bitch about it is because of comments like this. Because everyone is sitting there going, I can't steamroll people anymore. I can't extend my combo to obscene amounts. Not that it matters though, because as I've already experienced, people have replaced characters like Cyrax by just putting in Goro. And Goro essentially just pops them up with his 4 punch. Right? Slight adjustment to their combo. Same result. The fact of the matter is that this should never have been an assist game. They don't know what they're doing. That's why they came out early on and said, oh, nobody liked tag. There is literally a working functional tag mode in the game. Ermac found it, right? The one that does the MK1 hook. It's in the game. This is the reason why all the pro players are just crying their eyes out about this stuff.
Like that. This is an assist game, dude. I think I would have preferred if obviously they took a bit more time with the patch. Maybe we just make some of the cooldown time on the other cameos better. Maybe some other things that are in the game actually do just work better. Or maybe we should have more ambush cameos. Like, that's what I was hoping. I was hoping that, hey, this might be a sign that maybe we should tone down. I get nerfing the characters because obviously if like Raiden and Baraka and, you know, some of the main roster are crazy good. Yeah, the characters you can tone down, right? Because the whole point of an assist game is to have the assists benefit the characters. Now you have to find new options, right? If your shit...
Well, let's talk about new options, shall we? How about there's an option that we can just play 1v1? The only people that actually find this game appealing are people like Max and the pro players. They get to sit there and show off and do these gigantic combos without any sort of repercussions. Right? They tied the only defensive measure that you have in the game to the cameo with 3 bars. There's nothing else. There's no other defensive option. Block is almost useless because a lot of these characters can go so fast with their highs and lows. This is what I said. You, as a defensive player, have to go to university to study the brainless combos that the preschoolers are pumping out. It adds to it, and I've mentioned this before, that we get this, mostly, like we get it in both modes, but Combat League is where it starts, because you tie rewards to the rank, and therefore when you see yourself D-ranked, it inspires, unfortunately, certain people to want to even be cheaper and find the worst broken character with the worst broken cameo. What, you think people just stumbled across this by accident? All of these big YouTubers that pump out this bullshit, right, never ever once talk about defensive options. Oh, up block. Fuck up block. That shit has actually locked me in place in the game by accident. Right? It is the stupidest mechanic there is. Right? So, oh, you can do up block. No, shut up. Just shut up. It's a crap mechanic. Same with the cameos being a crap mechanic, because NRS have no friggin' idea what they're doing with their own game. It's obvious. The game is missing about 35% of content that MK11 had. And despite me cannot standing the actual fighting engine that they have employed ever since Injustice 1 and MK10, MK9 didn't have this issue. But MK10 and MK1, Injustice 1 had the stiff, janky, vacuumic infliction, meaning that basically it has this vacuumous effect. So when they hit you with a combo, it sticks you to the ground, or it holds you in place, even if you're right out of range, even if they get you with the hair of their pinky toe. That's it, you're gone, bro. Other fighting games, right? If you're on the way out and they nick you, you might take some damage, but you've still got the momentum going out. It doesn't work like this in this game. The hitboxes are all over the place. It is a broken mess. No wonder certain people love it, because it's cheap. It's a cheap game, right? It is woeful, absolutely woeful, right? I keep saying this, and I will keep saying it. Cameos have now officially broken Mortal Kombat. Why? Because look at all the reactions to people like this and all the other pro players bitching and whining and complaining because they can't pull their cameo in the same combo twice. Although that's not true. Some of them you still can with Jax. Right? The whole game is broken. Maybe you should go read the forums. Maybe you should read it outside of the tiny little circle of people that are bitching about it on X. And realize that the large majority of people do not want to be held in the air for 50% of their fucking health, bro. People want to feel like they got a fighting chance. And I've said it before, I don't expect to win every time. But I want it fair. I want to lose because the other person was more skilled. Not because they pumped out some brainless combo that they learnt in 5 minutes from watching some YouTuber, right? That is so broken that short of you having to match them with the same characters, it's almost impossible to get around. The game is designed 100% to lift you up, carry you across the screen, put you in the corner, and just sit there, just pummel. That's why we don't get character variety in Kombat League, and then the Kombat Leaguers who finish come into casual, and then they just steamroll again. This is not a get good, this is not a skill issue. This is a broken game. I played the Tekken 8 beta. I fucking loved it. Every second of it. I lost to people that were more skilled than me. And then I'd rematch because I remembered some of the things that they were doing. Sometimes I might beat them. Sometimes I didn't. But it wasn't because of lag. It wasn't because it was a broken game. It was because I was able, with any character, might I add, took any character into the game in ranked mode and have fun. You want to know why? Because you don't get D-ranked. Right? If you lose, you just lose. You take that L. You don't just take the L and then you get points deducted because some level 1 person copied some 5-minute 50% combo like they do in MK1, steamroll in at base level, and D-rank you over almost 3/4 if you're a high rank, even though they're 1 rank, because these combos are broken. A trained chimp can do them. I'll just play like them. I don't want to play like that. It's cheap. And it's crappy gameplay. It is not fun. It's not exciting, right? Seeing people do the same move, copy after copy after copy, is stupid. Scorpion, knee, uppercut, knee, uppercut. knee, uppercut, jump, hook move, hook move, drop down, slide along with his fucking whatever that stupid move is where he does another hook move on the ground. Like, dude, I have nightmares about this stuff, right? These are brainless. These are brainless. But these guys don't talk about the defensive measures, do they? Not once. They're not sitting there saying, you know what? Maybe the majority of people, this is actually a good thing. Oh, he admits about Cyrax. Oh, wow. Congratulations. Right? But the assist, it never should have existed. They clearly have no idea what they're doing. Because they don't have proper defensive options in place to counter the big combos. Oh, my freedoms have been taken away. My freedom. It's a fucking video game. Like, seriously, like, drop the Ed Boon Kool-Aid, okay? Just because they said it. Okay? Just because they said it doesn't mean to say that long term it's going to work out. This game is barely a month old, and people are playing MK11 more on the PC version than they are MK1. You know why? Because it's balanced. Oh, I can't do 50% combos in MK. So what? Get good, bro. Maybe it's a skill issue. This is the difference between me and the combo clowns out there. I scrap. I will adjust and try and figure out ways and holes in what they do. But let's be honest. When you got characters that are only being chosen, like there's literally 5 of them that only get chosen for Combat League. And at that point, it was just Cyrax. Now it's been replaced with Kung Lao and Goro, right? Barely see Serena anymore. Because you get D-ranked, so the incentive is to never lose, so they will choose the most broken system because they need those rewards, and every time you get D-ranked, you go, fuck, I need those rewards, what's the easiest way I can get through this stuff? I have beaten players when I have figured out their gigantic broken combos. You know why? Because they don't know how to fight. They don't know how to get around it anymore. Because all they did was listen to the twins. Or Roofelmonger, or some other idiot on YouTube that pumps out this garbage and goes, oh, this is really cool. And then they get on, they copy it, and they get online, right? And it might work for most of the normies, and they come to me, and I beat the shit out of them once they figure out their game plan. You know why? Because I know how to adapt. Take it away from them. But it's work, and that's the problem. I'm not having fun by beating a broken system. But when I beat people in Tekken 8 in the beta, or if I've beaten people in Street Fighter, I'm actually beating them because in that moment, I was of a higher skill than what they were. And in other times when they've beaten me, they're of a higher skill than what I am. I could choose any character in Tekken 8, get online, I had a ball. In ranked, because it encourages you. You can't choose any character for ranked, like you can even in MK11 you could. But you can't in MK1, you were literally locked in, right? But even in ranked, for Combat League, it actually D-ranks you. So if you lose, you don't just take the L, you get D-ranked. Like, who thought that was a fucking good idea? Are you stupid? Other fighting games don't do that. I've already proven that. Right? Not to mention, you can deny anyone in MK11 if you do a ranked match, but you can't in MK1. Only if they have a too high a ping. It is so broken. It is unbelievable that this product got pushed out. And I bought 4 copies of this. 1 was a giveaway. 3 for myself, family. So I'm absolutely going to sit here and have my piece on this shit. Right? Because this is a joke. Oh, my poor freedoms. Oh, well, maybe you should just work around it, bro. Oh, it's taking away the thing that I could easily do against people. What? Steamroll them? Take away half their health? You think that's good gameplay, do you? As a fighting game expert, how do you think that is good gameplay? When you have next to 0 defensive options available. Oh, well, don't enhance your moves and just hang on to the 3 bars. Yeah, I see that all the time. It's pathetic. It is so pathetic. I'm having a ball in terms of like my usage of the characters. I'm sitting there enhancing all my moves because I want that extra damage. I'm not holding out in the case of, oh, I get to use my combo breaker now because things are getting hairy. What a lame ass way to play. Right? At least in the previous iterations of the game, your fatal blow, except for MK11, your fatal blow was tied, or your X-ray was tied to the 3 bars. You had a choice. You could either enhance your moves, you could combo break on 2, or you could wait till your 3 to then use your X-ray. Far better system. Because what it did, it forced you to be tactical. Figure out how and where you want to use stuff. How do people get to this level? How do people that have been working on fighting games and get to this level had no concept of the notion that maybe the average normal person, you know, the people that actually buy the games, the people that actually line the pockets of NetherRealm, are in a much, much larger majority than the 2% of professional fighting game people? They're the ones that are walking away from this game. They're the ones that are saying, this is bullshit. I never had these problems in MK11. And I'm just saying, I'm saying what I've read. Couldn't stand MK11 anyway. But you got people going back to the previous game. That's very telling. And that's on the PC too. Not to mention the fact that, like, then you look at the Street Fighter 6 numbers. Like, the Tekken 8 beta had more players. A registered beta had more players than the brand new latest iteration of Mortal Kombat. The game's only been out just over a month. And it can't even return. I don't want to hear the excuse, oh, fighting game player base always drops off. Yeah, it does. But this is a brand new 4-week-old game and it can't even retain it. You know why? Because the invasions are boring as shit. People finish the story. All that's left is going, oh, okay, there's rewards I can get for getting online, because you can't get XP any other way except in grinding that stupid node in invasions or getting online to play. People get online to play, they get face rolled by people that thinks it's okay to take away 50% of your fucking health, and then they walk away. They don't have time for this shit. The game, the company, the developers, they don't respect the customer. And as I did in my previous video, now they're going to be selling fatalities. Oh, you want to talk about freedoms being taken, bro? Wow. This is the least of the issues. That's okay for Max though, because MK isn't his favorite franchise. Street Fighter. I'm sure if Street Fighter came out with a game, you know, that was doing exactly, and I mean modern Street Fighter, not old. Again, the old, like, versus games, you could air block at the very least, you know. I played those games too. Yes, all fighting games can do maximum, like, massive combos. But this is the first game that I've ever seen where it actually became normal for the average low-level person to literally just face roll 50% of a health bar without even blinking, without even thinking about it. So you can sit there and say, it's a skill issue, get good. Oh, we can't have these nerfs, it's taking away the fun. We'll work around it, bro. I mean, you are the expert, are you not? You literally champion Killer Instinct. A game that allows you to break combos anytime, just as long as you pick the right combo to break. Low for low, mid for mid, high for high, I think it is, right? Now, you can break throws in this game. You got to get the right sequence, whether it's the front throw, the back throw, but you can still break them. Isn't that interesting? Huh. No penalty for that. No penalty to break a throw. And yet to break the most broken piece of the game, it penalizes you. And this dude's got the nerve to talk about being punished. Being punished. It's a video game. It's for entertainment. But at the end of the day, right, it's a Mortal Kombat game. It's not a fucking Dark Souls game. It's not an Elden Ring game, right? We're not supposed to just go in there and die 100 times just so we can figure out how to win once. Okay? It should be fair. The block button isn't sufficient. As it isn't as sufficient as it used to be. We need to have better systems. Right? Oh, perfect block. Wow! Up block. Wow! Useless! Useless, useless, useless shit. Anyway, catch you next time.